Hey everyone, Mark here again bringing you another new and very exciting Way Cool review. This time around, we're going to be taking a look at the Bicycle Girl Zombie from Series 2 of AMC's Walking Dead toy line by McFarlane Toys. The Bicycle Girl Zombie comes housed inside the traditional clear plastic clamshell blister card packaging. The artwork on the blister card features Herschel's farmhouse in the background, as well as the beaten road and grassy farmland that surrounds it. The Walking Dead TV title text also appears as an insert alongside the Bicycle Girl Zombie figure. The nameplate sticker on the front of the packaging provides us with the character name of the Bicycle Girl Zombie. That same sticker also makes sure to make mention of the crawling action feature. The included damaged cell phone accessory is visible just off to the right side of the clamshell, but I find it odd that the packaging really doesn't make any mention of its inclusion or the story behind it. The back of the packaging features our Bicycle Girl Zombie figure, as well as the rest of the Series 2 lineup, including Deputy Rick Grimes, Well Zombie, Shane Walsh, and the RV Zombie. The Bicycle Girl Zombie was originally featured during Episode 1 in the first season of AMC's Walking Dead TV series. The sculpt of the Bicycle Girl looks especially great on this figure. There is a lot of intricately detailed bits of decay to be seen throughout. The skin texture looks dry and almost leathery. The skin around the gnawing teeth look great. The starved, sunken-in expression carefully emulates the emotion derived from the Bicycle Girl character as seen on the show. There's a certain longing and despair to it. The hair might be the most flattering article to the Bicycle Girl. It's relatively tame and fuller than it might should have been, but it still nicely contours to the neck and shoulder area. Looking very thin and frail now, the body of Bicycle Girl is in a state of rapid decomposition. Large portions of flesh torn from her arms, chest, stomach, and back reveal Bicycle Girl's bare skeletal remains. Her lower half is almost non-existent. There is one small piece of intestine and an upper thigh bone left to remain. I would have liked to have seen a bit more entrails, making it just a tad bit closer to her TV show counterpart. The removable pair of pants are okay, but they're not exactly perfect. They seem to provide a little more emphasis and shape for what little remains underneath. The buttocks area of the pants just seem a little too full to me. The jeans come with a decent amount of tearing and weathering on the legs. I only wish the rest of the pants had been given some sort of a distressed treatment as well. The bottom half of the jeans are okay, but the top still looks a little too new for my taste. After all, this woman has been dragging herself across the ground night and day. The initial prototype images of this figure managed to create the look. I only wish it had made it into production. The paint on Bicycle Girl is considerably well done. There are only a few areas that I believe the color wash might be a little too heavy. I would have liked to have seen a little more consistency between the skin tones as well. The arms look a little more putrid and yellow, while her back seems to be an entirely different shade of brown. The use of various hues of brown, black, and red really add a good amount of diversity to the bloody sections. This helps provide several different stages of gore, from the dark congealed matter to the more recent carnage. The added coat of gloss really makes the blood pop and stand out. The base doesn't look too bad. I'm a little sad that the figure isn't really removable from this base, as it sort of destroys a possible setup for a diorama, especially when some of the figures in this line may or may not come with bases. The color wash on the grass is a little too dark for my taste, and I wish there had been more variations of green used. Bicycle Girl doesn't really come with much articulation, but she has never really had the need to stand either. She has a pinned disc ball-jointed shoulder, which comes as somewhat of an eyesore. It breaks up the organic look of the figure in my opinion. Bicycle Girl also comes with pin elbows and a cut at the wrists, allowing for a basic swivel. The thigh bone attached at the hip is a pin joint, acting as a simple socket. Her articulation is sort of designed to work in conjunction with the included action feature, which is sort of a letdown in my opinion. When untouched, the figure is left in an outstretched pose across the grassy base, but by pressing the lever located on the bottom of the base, Bicycle Girl pushes herself up onto her right arm, her left arm extended with a hungry grasp. And while I did have some fun with this action feature, it would have been just as easy to pose it in the same manner if the figure had been removable from the base. The articulation is sufficient enough to pull off the reaching grasp pose, and so this action feature consequently creates more restrictions than uses. Bicycle Girl also comes with a broken BlackBerry phone, but I can't seem to find the relevance behind it. I thought perhaps I missed something in the Walking Dead spin-off web series that featured the origin of the Bicycle Girl, but despite my research, I came up with nothing. So if you know something we don't, let us know in the comments section. While I do think Bicycle Girl Zombie is pretty cool, I find it hard to validate a price point around $16. While some of the human characters in the line possess a less than accurate likeness of the actors from the show, the zombie characters seem to be the ones worth picking up. So even though this figure is offered at a higher price point, I find it forgivable to shell out for it, in order to further feed my ravenous zombie obsession. For more great toy reviews, be sure to subscribe to us here on YouTube. I'm Mark, and this has been another Way Cool Review.